Ben Brown at Evolution Martial Arts in Sparks, Nevada. Got Anthony. We're both a little sweaty because class just got over. And I didn't work hard, but the students all did. So you worked hard for an hour and a half. Guard passing. Talking about a leg drag pass. Just some fundamentals of that. So as we've talked about, I'd rather have Anthony on his back than sitting up. Much harder to pass someone's guard when they're sitting up. So if you're sitting up, just kind of review that. There's a few ways I can put him on his back. I can push it. I prefer this because it allows me to have my staggered stance. I don't want to give him access to both my feet, right? He starts posting, hooking, disrupting my base. So I have a staggered stance. I like pushing the head because it only commits one of my hands and it allows me to have good base and posture. Yes, I can push him by the shoulders, but you can see my base is getting a little more compromised here. And then some people like to lift the feet. Again, I can lift the feet, but my base isn't as good. So I don't usually do those things. I just stay here, I shove by the head. Okay. I'm either gonna get to this place, pinning his hips with V-grips. I'm gonna get to headquarters, right? I'm gonna try for a Toriando situation right here. Sometimes I end up like this. He's got a good attacking guard, so I'm wary of his guard. I might create a little space. I'm looking for him to reach out for me. And then specifically, I want his leg to be past 90 degrees. If that happens, I grab it, and this is a really common thing, post and a hook. So he's connecting to me. He's starting to win this connection battle. First thing I want to do is deal with his hook. So I squidge that hook, disconnect it. I grab this, and I want to put this heel or this ankle on that hip. Come over this way a little for me, Laura. So I create space by moving my hip a little bit, and I bring this to my hip. Now we're in a race to see if I can crowd Anthony and pin this leg before he hips out. Because everyone's going to try to hip out there. So that's the race. So again, you got a post and a hook. But I'm trying to bait you into extending your post so that his leg is not strong anymore. So I deal with this, I shelf this, and I crowd. I'm caging his hips, so I'm pinning this leg, and I'm caging his hips with this leg. Now I'm trying to get to the upper body, get this underhook, come around the corner, pin, and then Anthony initiates his escapes. There are other ways to get to a leg drag, but so let's go back. Come over here this way. This is the place that I want to get to. Here, where this knee is on that hip, I'm controlling it. I'm pinning his hips because one of the things about guard passing is I have to limit his hip mobility. He can't really go that way right now, but I got to stop him from going that way. So if I have too much space here, he's just going to hip out that way and get his guard back. So I've got to get to this place where I can pin his hips, right? Caging his hips, and then I'm going to go around the corner this way. So basic leg drag. There's lots of variations, lots of ways to get into it. I'm not really concerned with all that right now, but just the basic leg drag pass. Now, if Anthony does hip out on me because I took too long, he hips out. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put my fist right on the mat right here. And I need to get around this knee. So I can even use this. This starts becoming like a Toriando or a bullfighter where I just get this out of the way, but also I can just rotate all the way around to a north-south like this and start pinning his shoulders that way. So it's good to know how to counter their counter, the most common counters. And to me, you hipping out is what you should do. So I need to be ready for that if and when that occurs. Anything else? No. Right on.